Oh, thank you.
A very warm welcome to you all on this very cold Taupo night. Thank you, one and all, for coming far and wide to our fourth workshop, Great Lake Taupo Uncut. I'm Donna Jardin from Taupo Chamber of Commerce, and my partner in crime,
Julie McLeod from
Town Centre Taupo. Julie's going to the States tomorrow, so she's a little bit stressed. She's from Town Centre Taupo.
Town Centre Taupo. Town Centre Taupo. Yes. Great to be here.
Just to recap a little bit on the journey we have been on. So we started with Stella service, which looked at creating a great first impression, keeping customers loyal, reading body language, the basics of looking after our clients and our customers as frontline people. The next workshop we stepped back a little bit and looked at ourselves with the idea that the happier that I am in my personal life, the likelihood is I'm going to be more effective in my job, particularly when I'm engaging with people all day. So we had to think about our physical health, how we were looking after ourselves. We thought about our emotional health. We thought about social connectivity. So how am I connected into my community, professionally and personally? And we talked about something else. Anyway, moving on. There was other stuff we talked about. The third workshop, we said, show me the money. In fact, who won the money? Who did show me the money? Sean, Cobb & Co? No, there was someone in this workshop. David from Quinns, Bailey Quinns.
No, Nigel.
Nigel?
Nigel from the bike place.
Oh yeah.
Pack and pedal.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Nigel from Pack and Pedal, well done. Okay, so we had to think about the reality of running a business and the idea that profit is not a dirty word. It's actually essential to make sure that business is sustainable. And we revisited some basic customer service stuff like, what can you say to that? No thanks, I'm just looking. Anyone? What can you say to that? No thank you, I'm just looking.
Enjoy, but let me show you something really fabulous we've just got in.
Thank you, Phoebe. Yep, that's great. Enjoy, but let me show you something fabulous we've just got in.
By the way, I didn't go to that workshop.
Oh, very good. She just knows that stuff. Phoebe from Chris Jolly Outdoors, everyone. Let's give her a round of applause. Right, which brings us to tonight's topic.
So, tonight we are here to increase your knowledge of the products, services, experiences that you can have in the Great Lake Taupo region. Because the more you know, the more you can cross-sell, the longer people are going to stay, the more they're going to spend. And I think anyone in this room who works in business, which all of you do, want your neighbor saying, go see the person next door because they're fantastic. Right? So tonight is all about making sure that you're aware of everything our region has to offer, getting to know your neighbors a little bit better. We're so much more than a tourism town, but I think I probably don't have to tell you guys that because you know that. There are only a handful of tourism operators in here, and the rest of everybody else spreads across all sorts of different industries. So first tonight we're going to hear from Fritz from Enterprise Great Lake Taupo. He's going to talk about the core industries that make up our region. You're not going to just get to sit in your chairs and do nothing and listen to Fritz, because he's going to get you guys really involved, and he's going to be wanting you to put together some ideas on attracting new businesses. He's going to tell you more, but that's just a little hint, all right? After that, we're going to hear from Vanessa Freeman from Destination Great Lake Taupo, and she's going to tell us all about nature's ultimate playground, because that's us, and that is how they are selling our region, and so we need to know what's really behind that and what makes up the ultimate playground. Ness is also going to challenge everybody to do an elevator pitch to a visitor to our region, right? Someone who's never been here before, and it's going to be your job to sell them on a weekend here, all right? Now you got to remember, we like to give away really cool prizes, and we have loads of them to give away tonight. So I want you to put the shyness behind, all right? When we ask you to get in together to a group, and then we want you to come up and pitch, put yourself out there, come up and do it, because you're going to win something, or you're going to have a chance of winning something, taking something away. And we're friendly in this room, all right? This is your opportunity to get that out there and give it a go. All right, so now I'd like to introduce Fritz from Enterprise Great Lake Taupo.
All right, thank you everybody. I was going to put my presentation over here so I can look over. I'm one of these people that just jumps around the place rather than stand behind there. So welcome everybody. My proper name is Martin Frölke, but most people can't say that, so we shorten that to Fritz. It's much easier. I'm originally from Germany, so I've worked in all sorts of places around the world. I've worked in Japan and all over Europe, spent some time in the States, and ended up here about 25 years ago. So I work for an independent trust called Enterprise Great Lake Taupo, and we're tasked with looking after businesses and growing the district here for businesses. So we have two primary functions that we look after. One is that we're growing what we have. So we're working with businesses that are already here, and look around the room, most of you people I've had interaction with at some point in my life. The other part of the deal is that we want to attract businesses to come here. So I just want to talk a little bit about the landscape about this great district, because I'm sure you know most of the popular things like tourism. But what I want to talk about is, like, if you imagine a shopping mall, if someone develops a shopping mall, the developer normally looks for key anchor tenants in that shopping mall to make things work. So for example, if they have a bigger land somewhere here in Taupo, that's all right. I need Hammer Hardware on one side, I need the warehouse on the other, I need Harvey Norman somewhere, and that sort of gets them the project off the ground, and then they fill in the little gaps in between. So if we're looking at Taupo really, really closely, and that includes Turingi and Mangakino, is we've got our anchor tenants are forestry and forestry related products, wood processing. On the other top anchor tenant we have at the top there, that's around agriculture, like growing grass, feeding it to cows, milking them, selling off the milk, turning into milk powder. And on the bottom one is a really big one. It's tourism, obviously. I'm not going to talk about that too much because we've got Vanessa talking about it a little bit later. But to give you some numbers, tourism employs around about 1/3 of most of the people in this district. That's a huge number. And on the bottom corner, that's quite small, is geothermal. And these are the 4 pieces of the puzzle that we mostly work in for the larger business attraction, and especially around the geothermal side. And that's what I want to touch on the most tonight, to talk about the geothermal side, because that is something that is really unique to this district. In fact, Taupo is one of the only places that has got very high-grade steam at 250 degrees out of the ground, which either powers a power station, or you can power the drying kilns at Tenon, or you can take milk and turn it into milk powder at Miraka. So if you look at those businesses that are doing really, really well in this district, they're the ones who are combining 2 or more of those sectors. So in the case of Miraka, hands up who heard of Miraka? Everybody should be knowing about them. This is a visionary place, gotten off the ground by a gentleman called Kingi Smiler and Richard Wyeth. And they they employ about 50 people. They're turning milk into milk powder using geothermal steam. How cool is that? That's the first in the world that's been done. And it won't be replicated anywhere else because they haven't got that high-grade geothermal to do it, which gives them a huge advantage. And that's really what we're chasing the most. That is really the cornerstone of what we do. Now, we do also a lot of our little programs in the smaller size. I want to talk a little bit about a small and medium business. Most of the business we interact with are on a small to medium size, which we count below 15 staff. Give you some quick numbers. 97% of all businesses in New Zealand employ less than 15 staff. That is just the bread and butter. And they'll tinker along and they do well, but it'll always be same old, same old. It'll kind of grow a bit and it'll do okay. When the times get tough, the small and medium business guys, they'll tighten their belt and they'll do good. The ones that we want to grow at Taupo, though, are the ones that are a little bit larger, that we can either build to be large, or we attract them because we have these unique propositions here. And that's really, really important to us. So on the small business scale, we've got Anne with us tonight. Anne, she's over there. She works with me. She looks after the business mentors and the youth task force. We got Christine from Turingi. And where's Lisa? Lisa, I saw her here tonight somewhere. She's hiding in the back as usual. She looks after Mangakino. So what I want to do tonight, I just want to briefly, and I've been a little bit hold on with colds at the last session, so I have to speed up a little bit and start this one a little bit earlier. Yes, man, at the bum. What I want to do tonight, I would like to have you people doing my job tonight for only 5 minutes. It won't take long. And what I'd like to do is to split the room into some groups and just team up any way you want, by seats, by rows, or by friends, or by jacket colour. I don't care, just as long as it's quick. And what I'd like you to do is to come up with an imaginary business that is missing in Taupo. And don't be constrained by anything. Just if you think there should be a trout farm out there, go for it. If you think there should be an underwater submarine there cruising around, go for it. You know. So what we want you to really go to town. That's the first option you can do. Or if you think, no, I don't have any imagination. But hey, one of my mates owns a big business and he wants to come. So the other option, if you don't want to do the imaginary business, I want you to think about a real business, maybe someone you know that wants to relocate to this district. And I want you to give the business a name. We've got these big pieces of paper there. We've got 5 minutes to do this. And you want to put on there an imaginary contact person that you would have to contact if it's an imaginary business, or a real contact person if it's a real business. And then write on there a pitch, a 30-second pitch of how you're going to get that business to come to our district. Does that make sense? Pretty simple, isn't it? Now, once the 5 minutes are up, and it'll just be 5 minutes. So when you get the paper, don't think about where I should sit and should I sit cross-legged or not. Just get the paper and start writing. Because it's 5 minutes, after 5 minutes we're up. Otherwise I'll be in the poo-poo again. That's a technical term, poo-poo. Now, afterwards, and this was a bit of a surprise with the last one, afterwards, the people who want to pitch this project, step up here to the microphone, and if you're shy, you can pitch to over here, the corner, someone, imaginary friend up there. If you're not so shy, then you can just pitch to the room. And in the last session I thought, well, if you get 2 people to step up, most people are shy, they won't come. We had like a line of 14 people lining up here, wanting to pitch. So we will have to limit it to 5 pitches this time, but we want to keep all your pitches and they're going to go on the wall. So 5 people. Once the 5 minutes are up, the 5 bravest that line up here to pitch are good to go. And seeing we want to make it worth your while, there's always a price. We have foldables. $100 in cash for the winner of that pitch. Happy to take it home if no one wants to pitch. I know, if you're shy, that's okay, I'm shy. Don't do it, but otherwise, it's $100 in cash. So without much further ado, if you can split into groups, grab a piece of paper, off you go. Right, everybody, our 5 minutes are up.
Just say we haven't thought of a name yet.
Go! The 5 minutes are up. If we can have 5 people line up, first 5, right there.
Do I need the bill of paper?
First 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're done. We're done. We're done. Why do we want to do this? Yeah. Right, is there anybody we should have considered? One more.
Guess I've had 2 out of 5. It's 2
This way. Hop in. Hop in. Victoria? Right.
I know. Oh my God.
And you've got 30 seconds. At 30 seconds, time will be up. Right. Hang on, we'll just go and get a timer going here. No, we've got 30 seconds, and that's that. Right. No, I'm not going to hold that. You have to do some work yourself. No. Ready?
Now, I was told to do this, alright? We thought Ann Summers. Ann Summers is a tasteful adult shop. Well-established franchise. It can be established in Turangi and also Mangakino as well, if we want to. It caters for both male and female lingerie, adult entertainment and adult props. It is a very tasteful European adult shop. Glamorous retail store, so we make it comfortable for both male and female to go shopping inside. We also cater for outdoor private parties, so we'd go to people's houses and we would have these booked and catered for. We would have a relaxed and comfortable atmosphere.
How you going, everybody? My name is Tux. I'm here to just pitch this thing. Don't know if it's actually going to work, but I'll give it a go. So, geothermal sawmill. What have we got in New Zealand? What have we got in Taupo? We got forest, and we got that hydro thing that this neighbour's talking about pretty much. So my one is pretty much wood treatment of the trees that are out the back there. You know, getting them heated in the kilns to dry the wood out using hydropower or geothermal power in Taupo. Brings people to Taupo, you know, starts a new job and it's a whole new thing. You know. I think anyone's thought of that one, is it?
Great job.
Okay, we've got Team Total, which is the total experience on Mount Tahara. First of all, headquarters are going to be in Taupo, and we're going to be out taking shuttles out to Tahara, where you can walk up, you can gondola up, and you have options of coming down by mountain bike, luge, or a flying fox all the way down. I'm the contact person, and yeah, that's it. I'm pitching it to... Oh, we're joining forces. The Taupo local government.
Taupo District Council?
Okay, we've got an international airport coming to Taupo, so we're all about being the North Island's Queenstown, and we'd make it part of a 10-year plan, and basically this will be the catalyst for all the businesses in this room doing really, really well. So with part of that could be the fact that out there could become quite a tourist hub, and there could be a whole lot of operators actually represented out there as well. And also there was a talk of having a first-class hotel, and the lingerie might go really well here.
Okay, what we propose is a all-weather ski field on the slopes of Pihanga, an artificial slope, taking into account the lifts that are now going to be made available from RAL, combining that with a downhill mountain bike track, linking in with existing jobs, so if instead of working 6 months on a ski field, you can work all year round. Carpooling from Turangi, so there's a shuttle bus, so you haven't got the traffic issues. What other things? Low impact, the farmer can still farm his land, so he can make money, extra money from the slopes.
Time.
And
Okay, ours is also a gondola of Mount Tahara, but we would like to encourage Skyline to come down and mimic what they've already got operating, so they know how to do it and they know how to do it well. But we'd like it to be geothermally powered. So use geothermal, we'll get the gondolas up the mountain. Also, we'd like to keep in with the environment and have guided night walks to encourage people to look out for moorthorpe. And also have, of course, a restaurant or a cafe at the top to help people, and develop the walking track, and with the gondola up and back options, of course, in a luge maybe, but yeah, the possibilities are endless.
Hi, I'm Hendon, Walking and Pedal and Borders, and University of Taupo. So we're going to be pitching that at current universities like Massey or Lincoln or Canterbury, and we're thinking with what everything was said tonight about geothermal power and engineering and the process to make all of those things work, we should really pitch it at that kind of market, as well as the teaching area for physical outdoor education. If we can bring more students here, we can set up more industry, it's going to help all of us. What else? Keeping our youth in the district as well, some of the benefits of that. And a lot more money, those student loans. That'd be great. Sell them a new mountain bike.
Hi, I'm Tori from Tongariro River Rafting, and we had a similar idea as to these guys over here for an indoor snow center. So our proposal is that Ruapehu has about 10% closed days, so that tourism can immediately come to Taupo, and we'd enjoy it just as well. It'd bring more tourism to Taupo in general, and it would also continue the tourism for locals from Taupo by encouraging those athletes
to find a new hobby that they can do year round. During the summer, you have the option of doing it all of the time. It's a great rainy day activity. We can enjoy multi-sport packages, just as several
Good evening. I'm here to tell you all about Taupo's latest and greatest attraction. It is the Great Lake Reef Dive Pure. There's going to be a world first collaboration between the local Tūwharetoa tribe, creating an underwater sculpture garden to bring an attraction for world first freshwater PADI certified dive school. Year-round attraction closer to the geothermal vents as possible so that it's a little bit warmer, harnessing the local assets and obviously the lake as well. So there'll be a dive school for kids as well, and a underwater viewing platform accessed without diving for families and people of different disabilities and abilities. Investment-wise, we'll be looking for country leaders, so people already providing the type of service on the coast, and giving them a way to offer the same service, industry leaders with a different angle.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Now we will retire for the judging, and we will hand the microphone over to Vanessa. But before I do, I'd really like you guys to put your hands together for these brave people that stood up.
Oh my goodness, that's so exciting. It's awesome. So nice to see so many tourism ideas as well. Teetotal, diving reef, indoor snow stuff, keeping people here longer. God, it's fantastic. So tonight is, like Fritz said, is about you guys getting involved like this. So it's fantastic to see so much participation. I'm Vanessa Freeman, and I am the General Manager of our Destination Marketing team, otherwise known as the RTO, Regional Tourism Organisation. I've got two of my team members here tonight, so we do all the destination marketing, market, this beautiful place to the visitor market out of the town. So we have Zelia here tonight, who's our marketing manager. She does all of our consumer marketing. She has come to us from Queenstown and just recently joined our team early this year. So we're very fortunate to have her, got lots of experience in the online space, which we're investing in a lot. Which leads me to Jo Lanju, who is our digital executive. She does all the hard work behind greatlaketopal.com, which is our regional website. So she does all the grunt work in the back, like producing content, like managing listings, making people get involved. So Jo and Zelia are here tonight. You'll see on some of your seats actually, if you haven't got a listing on greatlaketopal.com, you should have a listing on there. If you are a visitor business or a business, anyone can have a listing on there. And it is free, so you can get lots of pictures up on that site. That site attracts roughly 50,000 people a month, so it's a good place to start some marketing. So what I'll do is I'm going to briefly go over what we do, and then I've got an exercise for you as well. So about 18 months ago, a year ago, I'm only new in the sector. Well, I'm not so new now. I've been in there 18 months. We have the Great Lake Taupo logo or brand here, which we continue to use. But we needed a positioning, not statement, just a place. And we decided the Nature's Ultimate Playground, after a lot of discussion and consultation, was the place that Taupo sits really comfortably. And so we've actually built our brand kind of around that proposition, but that's our story that we are kind of selling. On the back of that, we are creating lots of marketing around bringing families here, creating family traditions, taking time out, and creating memories as well. Taupō's been long known as a holiday destination and a meeting place for families, so we really want to kind of hark back to those traditions and really keep selling that story well into the future. So I just wanted to put up some stats around what tourism actually, or the value of tourism to this region. As Fritz has talked about, we've got sort of 4 corner tenants in our economic landscape, and tourism is a major one of those. So tourism has an estimated value to this region of $400 million a year. And I say that slowly because that means that over $1 million every day is coming into this region off the back of a visitor dollar. So we are the largest employer too of full-time employees. So we're employing, like Fritz said again, about a third of the town. That's 2,000 plus equivalent full-time employees. So a fairly significant part of our economic landscape. 120 million of that is estimated in the international space. A large majority at 280 is in the domestic. So the RTO, or destination marketing, that tourism's got lots of acronyms, but the RTO, meaning the Regional Tourism Organisation, is what we are. And we ensure that our destination maintains and increases like our visitor market share. So we're out there like peddling the story to people outside the region. You'll see some of the remnants of what we do like in the town, but a large majority of our work is done outside to bring visitors in. So we provide a kind of independent platform where we can get collaborative investment and then leverage like the investment up. And what I mean by that is we plug into Tourism New Zealand, they go dollar for dollar, we clip onto some other regions that sit sort of around us. So our little $50,000 turns into 2.5 million with tourism investment that goes beyond just ours in a collaborative way, and then we can touch the eastern seaboard of Australia. So not any individual business can do that. We do that also with commercial partners. So just recently we've clicked on with Ruapehu Alpine Lifts to deliver a winter marketing campaign as well. So their investment, our investment, and a number of you, or a number of people like in the room probably have invested as well, leverage that spend up and we make small dollars turn into big. So that's what we do. So our big kind of, I guess, mantras are we're promoting the region to get more visitors, staying here longer, spending more, and also now to tell others to come back and come and have a holiday with us. How we do it? Like I talked about before, we're spending a lot of money and energy in the digital space. We don't have a huge amount of money in comparison to other regions like Queenstown, Rotorua, Auckland, but the dollars we do have, we spend effectively, and a large chunk of that is going into online. It's where travellers and visitors are doing research and purchasing visitor product. So I'll just quickly jump through. We've actually developing a new website. It's just about to launch. We really wanted to have it live tonight, but we don't actually have it live yet. It's going live next week, but this is actually what it looks like. So if you plug in greatlaketopal.com now, you'll go to a site that it delivers fine and people are coming onto it, but what we wanted to do was really front foot our digital and actually be in that, you know, funky place rather than on our back foot. So we've done a lot of research and we really worked as well with Town Centre Topol, the retail sector, businesses, plus events to deliver like a platform like this. So again, roughly we're attracting thousands of visitors every month as well. So this is just a sample of the interior as well, where the shopping sort of place, what it looks like. Like I said before, if you don't have your business listed on this site, contact Jo. Jo will be at the door at the end. We're always available up at the hub and she is more than happy to help you get a listing up on that site. Images speak volumes. I say no more. So the other things we do, we run the iSites. So we've got an iSite in Taupo and one in Tūrangi. Over 250,000 people are walking across the threshold in those visitor information centres every year. So we have got people behind the counter selling visitor product and holidays to get people to stay here longer. Like I said, also we run consumer marketing campaigns, generally one in the winter and one in the summer. We also have a business events and trade team. So we have a person who sells the region to corporates to get conferences and incentives into the region, and she has had a hand in close to $1 million worth of business that comes in via conference or incentive in the last year. The trade part of what we do is we deal with travel agents that sell us as a holiday destination via Tourism New Zealand, and the travel trade offshore and both in market. So again, just explaining how we do what we do. So this workshop tonight was really to try and get you into the space of thinking about Taupo as a big tourism shop. And You will touch people that are visitors, I'm sure, and the idea is if you know more about the visitor product that is available here and you can sell on to other people, you might take $1 over the counter, but if you can get people to stay longer by telling them about other things, we're all going to win and build the pie bigger. So what we think our icons are and how we can actually keep people here is our outdoors and nature. Not many people like within New Zealand touch us in that space, hence the Nature's Ultimate Playground. Outdoors being hiking, biking, fishing. You know, we really have a beautiful big lake, an awesome river, and a beautiful mountain as well. So that's a pretty strong icon, or our strong icons. Our adventure space we're really strong in, from extreme right through to soft. So we have bungee jumping, skydiving, but we also have things like hiking, biking, and those are, again, strong icons. Leisurely and relaxing, we do have a very unique shopping options, and also from a dining perspective, we've got a cute little CBD, and we have offerings in Turangi and Tongariro, and also like at a Mangakino as well. We also again have that strong kind of family connector. So lots of families have come here for many years. We want them coming back and connecting here more. And of course our events bring lots of people as well. So those are the things that are really strong links and will actually bring people here, and we put to the forefront when we're actually selling this as a visitor destination. So you'll have on your seats, and your task right now is to build an itinerary. We've got a number of sheets that actually will help you put product together. So we've got some Taupo adventure options, some Taupo leisure options. We've also got some specific things in Turangi and Tongariro that we offer for visitors, and also in Turangi and Tongariro for our leisurely break. And also some things, if you have in the back of your mind, thinking about what we can do at Mangakino. We've got mountain biking and wakeboarding, probably would be the strongest propositions for visitors out here. We've also got some 5-day, like longer holiday options, and some details on those sheets for you. So what I want this side of the room to do, and again, like Fritz said, group up together. It's the person next to you, same colour jacket, whatever. I want you to sell me a holiday, a couple's leisurely weekend away, and how you could get a couple to stay here. And this side of the room, we'll just do, we'll do this side of the room, a young adventurer. So I want you to sell me a holiday to a young adventurer. And after 5 minutes, we'll get 2 people from this side and 2 people from this side to come up and pitch. So go for your life, you've got 5 minutes. So I want the first 2 volunteers for the couples weekend up here, and 2 from over here, young adventurers up here too. Go. Right, you guys come over here. Yeah. You go first. Okay, everybody, take a seat. So good to see you all participating so well. So just before we listen to the pitches, the whole idea of this is so we know more about one another and that we can sell on to others. So you might have $1 coming across your counter, that's for a coffee, but if you can pitch them a longer weekend, more days to stay here, heaps of stuff to do, that is actually the whole idea of thinking as Taupo, thinking of Taupo as like a big tourism shop. So we are going to start with young adventurers. Beth, you have 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah. This is possibly going to contain a new product as well. It's the Jump Scream Ride Extreme Weekend.
Ooh,
on Saturday, they fly over Mangakino, skydive into Mangakino, get picked up by tread routes by Erin and Ted. They then go on some of the timber trail, and they go to the Hui Hut for lunch. They then fly back to Taupo on the float plane, where they bungee and go to the lake house for dinner. On Sunday, they're a bit tired, but they come for breakfast at Sierra Cafe, and then they go on the Rapids Jet, they feed at the prawn park, and then they go whitewater rafting down in Turangi with Rafting New Zealand. They then go to the hot pools, Wairaki, They loved it so much they stayed the third day and they went till the crossing.
Go Beth. That was Stella. Yeah. Okay, and number 2. Pete, you have 30 seconds.
Okay, we've got Friday night, come into town, dinner at Plateau, then wakeboarding out Kinloch out at Mango in the morning, Mangakino, and then head to the Waihaha section of the Great Lake Trail and mountain bike, and then get the boat, the Bay to Bay, back to Kinloch or Kawakawa, and then in the evening you can go for a Waraki Terraces and go for a hot swim and the Hungy and concert thing, and then in the morning, you can go to Turangi and go whitewater rafting and or the crossing, and in the winter you can do the RAL.
Nice, awesome. 2 awesome pictures. That is great. We've got prizes at the end, so we'll hear all the pictures and then we'll hand out the prizes. So Phoebe, ready? You've got 30 seconds, go.
Right, so welcome to Taupo. You've just been helicoptered out to Hooker Lodge, where you are then put into your accommodation. From there, you're taken straight out to on the lake, where you look at the rock carvings and you have a wonderful brunch. Then from there, you go out to the Craters of the Moon, where you walk off the lunch, walk across Hooker Falls, go back to the lodge, have a full spa treatment, where you then get taken up down to Waraki Terraces, yet again popular place, where you do that. Then you go back for dinner. The following day you do the local shopping.
Nice. Well done. Cost a lot of product. I'm sure most couples would want to do that. That's the very easy sell. Nice. So what is your name?
Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
I get long because it's like a relaxing weekend.
Good try. You can see if you can convince the timekeeper. You have 30 seconds. Go.
G'day. You land on the lake, on the float plane, you jump on the Lalonga, go for a fish, then you go to the Hilton for a dinner where you're staying, then you dress up in camo and go hunting on the second day, or you go gliding or fishing, back to the Hilton for another delightful dinner, and then day 3, you jump on the jet boat, have a breakfast somewhere along the lines, then go for a bit of a shopping spree about 10 o'clock in the morning, and then, back to the Hilton.
That was 33 seconds, well done. So Nathan, you need to stay here, because I think you did really well. Here is a free round of golf at Taupo Golf Club. Well done, Nathan, nice pitch. So you can see when you actually put things all together, we had some kind of like crossovers, but there is so much to do, and hopefully those pictures have inspired others to think about other things that you can actually pass on to keep people here longer. Because if people stay here longer and do more, we're going to be touching so many more people and we'll grow our visitor market. So that's it for me. So I will just hand back to Fritz, because I'm sure he's got his little first, second and third and the cash to give away.
Right, is that going? Yes, it is going. Right, now, prize, right. So, these, thank you guys for your amazing inspirational style. That was really, really cool. Now, I got totally overruled because I was so with the women's shop, but unfortunately, everybody voted me out. I know. It was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you guys should have won this, But no, it's geothermal this, blah, blah, blah. I said, bring on the women's shop, so hang on this one. Thank you, guys. And we also have these, got these here? Right. These, it was such a tough call to make, but in the end we have to make a call. Simple as that. So we have 2 drink bottles each as a runner-up to both the Tahara projects. Where are the Tahara projects? There's 2 for you. And there's over there. However, the third prize we thought was really unusual, even though it was a similar gondola idea. We would like to give the third prize to the Mount Pihanga artificial grass. Which we thought is really
Artificial ski field.
Artificial grass.
Not artificial grass.
And we're going to hand you a round at the Tolman Golf Club.
Oh.
Hey, you'll
Thank
enjoy
you.
that, Wally.
Now the second prize goes to the artificial reef near the geothermal. We thought this was way cool and never heard this one before. So thank you guys, and we'd like to hand you one of the whitewater rafting simulators. Rafting New Zealand here in town.
Thanks.
Thank you. However, the outstanding winner, that wasn't even close, goes to the mill idea. Because, so I'd like you to come and collect this. This is the cutting down the forest, the trees, and producing wooden products. That is exactly what we need. We'd like to hand over $100. And before I close, I'd like to talk about this one a little bit, because we already have a mill here that does exactly that. Hands up, who knows about Tenon here? Tenon? It's a few people. Those of you who don't know, Tenon out here, they have over 200 staff. They produce beautiful moldings that go into the corners of rooms and the side of the rooms, and they exclusively sell outside of New Zealand. They do not sell in New Zealand. Not a single thing is sold in New Zealand. So that is exactly the type of operation we want. I mean, it's difficult to get more people to come here, but this actually makes the pie bigger because they're selling it to the Americans, take their money off them, and it comes back to New Zealand. So those 200 jobs are then also, they are coming shopping to your retail stores, to your accountancy firms, to all the other shops that are here. That's what I always say to the people we work with. There's not much use putting another retail store in town, unless it's, of course, it's a woman's store, then I'll be there. But really, if you wanted to increase all your other services, then we need to increase those businesses that add to the pie. So the Tenon guys are just an amazing example. They have about almost 400 staff on the ground in the US selling their products. Same with Miraka. They're using local product that's already here, milk. They're using geothermal energy to dry it and sell it to the world. Tenon also switched from gas to geothermal at a considerable savings. These are things that are unique to Taupo and the region here. They cannot be duplicated in Auckland or Dunedin, because if we go and steal a business in Hamilton, they come here, they'll then steal it somewhere else, and they then steal it back from us. That doesn't make any sense, neither for Taupo, touring in Mangakino, nor for anything in New Zealand. We want to make the pie bigger. That makes the most sense for us. So thank you guys for coming along. We love the ideas. Now I've got a few things left to say. I know I'm borrowing time because last time I got kicked off. One, and this is just a general observation from tonight. There were 2 teams here who didn't pitch. And they went, oh, yeah, but you said only 5 could come forward. I said, yeah, I said that. But who in business gives a beep if these are the rules? If you want to do well in your business, you've got to go and beep the rules. Because they're just rules. Who made them? They're there to be unmade. So there were 2 things. One I saw was a redevelopment of the local marina. That's a brilliant one. Whoever wrote that down didn't pitch it. I don't know, $100 gone begging. And the other one was a floating island, which came from over there, the people over there. It's a brilliant idea. Floating island, middle of the lake, you shuttle people out to it, luxury resort, smack on the lake. Investor, 2-5 tour, maybe, maybe not, I don't know, but that's sort of what we do. We float these ideas past some investors, some take them on and go with them, 9 out of 10 go nowhere. That's just reality. That's my job. We got 2 more? Ooh, what do we do with those? What's this one?
Give it to the big that didn't pitch.
Right, so the people who didn't pitch the floating idea, can we have them forward, please? Step up. Now's your time. Step up. Step this way. I'm not coming to give this to you. You have to come and get it yourself.
It was a B class.
Cool. So next up, please, step forward. And then, who had the marina idea? Anybody here? There was just a piece of paper there that said marina redevelopment. I just saw it there. Anybody?
was ours, but because we were blessed with such a talented group,
Yes?
it was a split decision on which one we went to, so it was all the group really.
For the group?
Yeah.
Great, we'll give you this one here.
Awesome. Thank you, Fritz.
This is, another round of golf course. Thank you. What's this one here? Oh, this is all.
It's rafting.
Rafting.
NZ.
So it's got to be a biggie.
It's going to be a biggie.
They've got to work hard for that one.
Can I just say something? Sorry.
I like your idea. I love your idea.
I know, I think the people that did the university thing,
Yep.
we moved here from the UK 2 years ago, and the company my husband works for is a structural engineer. They had 3 members of staff, the company, when he first started, and now they've got about 15, 16. They've also opened a business in Wellington, and out of all the staff they've got 1 Kiwi. So the fact that they're picking people from all over the world who are obviously qualified to be engineers, why aren't Kiwis doing it? So from a non-Kiwi, I think that the university thing was quite a good one.
Right? Where's the university people? Do you have the university people? Step forward. By popular demand, by the woman's store. Right, you're so old. So, before I close, I've got 2 things. One, we've had a demographic session the other day. We called the lady that gave the session the Dr. Doom, or the Lady of Doom. Because what it basically means, our district's going to grow till about 2030, thereabouts, unless something drastically happens, which we're working on to change that. But in the meantime, we're not going to grow a hell of a lot fast, probably about 100 a year. But what we're missing out on is young people. They're leaving the area because there are fewer opportunities. So what has happened is that under the, and buggered off, sorry, beep buggered off. We've started off a bit of a work, and Mary Beadle has done an awful amount of work. This is Mary Beadle over there. Please give this gentleman a hand, because this gentleman works really hard. So we've got Murray, there's Sean, there's a bunch of social agencies who've engaged in what's called the Mayor's Task Force. Otorohonga's done it. The mayor in Otorohonga, who came along in a Harley, said, look, we don't want any of our young people leaving this district and not get a job. So what we've done, we've got like a youth task force that we want to connect employers who are lacking people, because there's employers right now who are telling us, we've got 30 positions and we cannot fill them. Find us a young person who shows up on time, doesn't have their pants hanging down their knees, and they can look someone in the eye and say thank you. If we can find me someone, we'll employ them. So what we've said we'll do, we'll connect, so if there are any employers in this room who are thinking of taking on kids that have space for that and are interested, we have like an employers expo workshop on the 29th of July, which is going to happen at the Great Lakes Centre in conjunction with all the local colleges, because they used to send them to Rotorua. Hello? Bleep. So you can have a booth there, you can have a stand there, or you can just be present and show what you've got and entice people to come and become a plumber and a gas liar and all these things, that we have definite vacancies here. I know traffic's looking for 2 coders, there are people looking for like employees all the time. So get involved, contact, and if there are some employers in this room that'd like to do this. And the second one I'd like to talk to you about is this magazine. I don't know if you've seen it. We published this last year for the very first time, which features a bunch of businesses that I just talked about, Tenon, Miaraka, geothermal opportunities. And we'd love you to have these in your shops, on your boats, anywhere you are. They are free for you to have, and we want your customers who then leave the district to steal them, please. And then we'll replace them. So you can say, please don't steal them, which means they probably will steal them. And this is sort of our major attraction tool to showcase what we've got and helps our district to grow. So thank you from all of us. Thank you for coming.
So just a little bit of Stella Awards housekeeping before you go. Star Performer applications, they're up on the website. Loads of you in this room have put your hands up to be star performers, so we'll be looking for those applications to come in. It's not difficult, all right? There's 6 questions on there. The longest answer doesn't necessarily win. It's your opportunity to show us why you're a star performer and how you're really good at customer service, all right? I've had a couple of younger star performers come and say, oh man, if I'm a finalist, I'm really worried about that interview thing. I don't like to do that. Fear not the interview, all right? These are people who just want to see what it is that makes you a star performer. So it's really just an opportunity to tell them about yourselves. Dawn and I both said, we're happy to help out. If someone's really unsure about that interview, come and see either one of us. We can help you sort of practice and get ready for it, all right? So that offer's on the table. Pub quiz. I've already emailed everybody once to RSVP, so please remember to get that RSVP in for that so that we can plan the night at Tommy's. Again, those questions are going to be about the things that happen at the workshops. So a hint, watch the webinars, all right? You've all been coming to the workshops, but if you think you missed something or you haven't quite been up to speed, look at our website, watch the workshops again. Mystery shopping starts tomorrow. Ha! Someone in the room thought they got shopped today. Surprise! You did it! It actually starts tomorrow. So that's how good our mystery shoppers are. You think they're already out there working. So be ready for that one. Donna.
Okay. So just a couple of things. Could we just put our hands together for Fritz and Ness for an awesome job tonight? You guys need to go and see Derek at Liquorland. He has a really nice bottle of wine with fancy ribbons and paper and everything left at Liquorland. Okay, so thanks guys, it was awesome. Please could you leave your pens here? We've nearly closed down the BNZ because we've used so many of their pens. So yeah, if you've got a pen or a marker, if you wouldn't mind leaving it, that would be awesome. A top tip. Watch the webinars. Okay, you got it. Well done. I have one more prize. Just when you thought we couldn't possibly have more prizes, we do. We have a cruise on Chris Jolly boats, and it is a cruise cat for 2 people. For someone who can tell me, why are we doing the Stella Awards? Thank you. Hang on, David. I think you were first with your hand up. No, he's gone to someone else.
To bring more people to Taupo.
Well done. Okay, to bring more people to Taupo, keep them here longer, keep them shopping, keep them spending money. To cross-sell something else in the district, to tell them about a reason why they could stay longer, something else they could buy, or they could invite someone to come back. Lots of times, okay, so that's what we're on about here. So would you like to come and get your prize? Well done, don't be shy. Come on, lots of people have been very brave tonight. This lady is from Rafting, New Zealand. I don't know her name. Hello. Anastasia, in fact. Yes, thank you, Anastasia. Well done.
I'm actually from Rafting, New Zealand and Whitewater World, and you can come and go virtual rafting with us.
How was the upsell? Very nice, thank you. That's it from us. Well done and thank you.
Are you girls golfers?
I am.
Would you like that?
Well, you know, I would love that. Thank you very much.